Tonight, the dramatic moment when 3 of the 4 hostages were rescued. You can hear gunfire as Israeli officers approach a family home in the middle of a refugee camp, finding the hostages held by Hamas inside a back room. The officers asking for their names as the hostages answer back. Andre, he says. The daring daytime mission later resulting in a firefight, the IDF says, as Hamas opened fire on the hostages and rescuers as they escaped. The high death toll of Palestinians potentially complicating delicate ceasefire negotiations with Hamas. Secretary of State Tony Blinken in Israel tonight, demanding Hamas agree to a deal.
Israel has accepted the proposal. The only party that has not accepted, the only party that's not said yes, is Hamas. That's who everyone's waiting on.
All 4 hostages were taken during the October 7th Hamas terror attacks at the Nova Music Festival. Noah Argamani, 26 years old, who became the face of the hostage horror, seen on the back of a motorbike being kidnapped into Israel. Her boyfriend still held captive tonight. Argamani hugging her father and reunited with her mother, who was terminally ill. Ahmad Meir Yan, 21 years old, coming home just one day after his father died, but arriving before his mother's birthday.
I couldn't stop hugging him. I couldn't stop. And tomorrow is my birthday, so I got my present.
40-year-old Shlomo Ziv and Andrei Kozlov, 27. Falling to his knees when he was reunited with his mom. But while there's celebrations in Israel, in Gaza there's mourning. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry, which does not distinguish between combatant and civilian deaths, says 274 Palestinians were killed in the rescue mission, including 64 children. One woman telling our crew in Gaza,
"The family is destroyed, and my house is destroyed."
This is NBC News is reporting exclusively the U.S. is discussing a dramatic new move if ceasefire talks fail, making a unilateral deal with Hamas to release the remaining American hostages, negotiating through Qatar and without Israel, according to 2 current and former senior U.S. officials.
My number 1 priority as Secretary of State is to ensure the well-being of Americans who are in harm's way anywhere in the world.
If that's your top priority, wouldn't indirect talks for the Americans at least bring those Americans home, or possibly?
The most effective way to do that, to achieve that, to actually get them home, is through the proposal that's on the table. So, let's see if we get an answer from Hamas.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Netanyahu has still not publicly backed the deal and is now facing more intense pressure from his far right to reject it. Tom?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.